from 1 month to the next month, you go from $30,400 to $32,000. So that is almost $1,700 per month. And it just increases from there. My wife's cousin, let's call him Elong. He asked me if it was possible to live off of Saitama's reflections. He is a single father of 6 kids, and although he is a business owner, his company, Allset, is kind of unstable. So he asked me if Saitama's reflections could provide a stable income if his business Allset happened to face some hard times. So, like the nice guy that I am, I said yes, because one day his business could become a billion-dollar business, and I would know a billionaire. So I was off on my journey to research Saitama. And the first thing I looked at were the trends and the community. Both of them looked very good, and so I started to do what I did best, which was to use math to make wrong, but very, very tempting predictions. But just as I was starting my calculation, I ran into my biggest problem, and that was the burn and reflection rates. On the Saitama website, it says that 2% of every transaction with Saitama is deducted and redistributed to our pool of holders. An additional 2% of the amount of all transactions is taken out of circulation. Now, there are 2 ways to interpret this. The first way is that for every transaction, 2% is taken out and given to the existing holders, and then 2% is taken out and sent to a burn wallet. That is how coins are burned. The second way to interpret this is 4% of all the transactions is taken out and sent as reflections to all the existing holders. And the burn wallet is considered a holder. And since currently the burn wallet holds more than 50% of the total coins of Saitama, the burn wallet would receive a little bit more than 2% of the transaction reflections. The importance of method number 2 is that eventually the burn wallet will grow so big that it will take up 99% of the reflections, leaving the other 1% to everyone else holding the coins. Now, since I wasn't sure how this was done, and I really can't read the actual contracts of it because I don't know how to read code. So I did the next best thing, which was to contact the Saitama team and ask them for the specifics of the burn and reflection mechanics. And with 40,000 subscribers, they immediately ignored me. So I emailed the official Saitama YouTuber, Steve Rocket Crypto, and asked him if he could connect me or give me some answers to my questions. And of course, he ignored me too. So the only thing that I can do is make an assumption on how the burns and the reflection mechanics work. And I choose option number 2, which is the most common one, where everyone is a holder and everyone gets a reflection. So after that was decided, I started to work on the math equations. And the equations for the reflection is pretty easy, right? The amount of reflections that you get is equal to 4% of the total trading volume times the amount of coins you have divided by the total amount of coins that Shiba Inu has in supply, total supply. Most people are counting the reflections in terms of coins, but with so many coins added, you really have a hard time understanding how much money you make from all of those coins and reflections. However, what you can do is just change everything into dollars. If you look at the equation, the only thing that changes is the trading volume. The 4% is fixed, and your coins divided by the total coins is just a percentage. So if you calculate your equations using the trading volumes in terms of coins, and then the reflections will be in terms of coins. But if you use the volumes in terms of dollars, then your reflections will be in terms of dollars. The trading volume is very transparent. You can find that number on the Saitama website. And if you plug it into the equation for the reflections, you can calculate how much reflections you will get in dollars every day, or every month, or every year. Okay? So that is exactly what we are going to do today. Before we continue, this video is sponsored by iTrust Capital. If you are having a hard time holding your cryptos through the ups and downs of the market, then iTrust Capital can help. iTrust Capital allows you to invest in cryptos with the benefits of an IRA or a Roth IRA. That means you don't have to pay capital gains tax on your investments when you take it out. That is, if you have a Roth IRA, which I don't know why you wouldn't, okay? A Roth IRA is so much better than an IRA. Since it's a retirement account, you can't withdraw your funds until you're 59 and a half. And so you might as well save yourself the headache and let your cryptos ride for the next decade or so. However, you can buy and sell cryptos for a 1% fee, which is still cheaper than pretty much all the other platforms out there. This is why Business Insider labeled iTrustCapital as in the best retirement crypto account for low fees. iTrustCapital also has a wide selection of crypto coins, such as Doge and Shiba Inu. But it also has some of the classics like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano. And they are constantly adding more coins every month. So sign up today and get a free $100 worth of Bitcoin when you use my link below. Right here. And down below in the description. So thank you very much, and now back to the video. Alright, so now let's go to the spreadsheet and see how much you need to start living off of the reflections. But before we continue, I need to say that you should only be investing in this if you believe that Saitama will be here for the long run. Do not be investing in Saitama if you think it will die next year. So if we look at the spreadsheet here, and this is the current Saitama Inu coin price, and let's say that you have 100 billion coins. 100 billion coins would be a total investment of $5,140. Honestly, if you want to be living off of your Saitama reflections, you need to at least have $5,000 invested in order to gain any significant reflection returns. Okay, and this is the daily trade volume, which you can find out by going to the Saitama website right here. And currently, its price is this, and the volume is $15,633,194 per day, every 24 hours. When you put the amount of the daily trade volume in here, you will see that this monthly volume changes. This monthly trade volume is calculated by taking this number, multiplying by 30. This will give you the amount of trade volumes in 1 month. Now, if you think that $15 million a day is too small of a trade volume, then you can increase the trade volume percentage. By going right here, let's say that you think that every month the trade volume increases by 5%. Okay, so if it increases by 5%, that means a whole month they will trade $468 million, and continuing on in 1 year, they will end up trading at the end of the month $763 million. Now, how do you know what is a reasonable estimate of the trade volume? Well, you can find that out by going to CoinMarketCap. If you go to CoinMarketCap right here, you can see that the average daily volume is around $19 million on 12/10/2021. At its highest point, it was $185 million per day. Okay, even before that, it was averaging around $70 or $80 million a day of trade volume. So in my opinion, $15 million a day of trade volume is actually on the low end. So if the trade volume is increasing, then the amount of your reflections will also increase. If the reflections increases, then so do the burns, because they are essentially the same thing. Theoretically, if more coins are burned, then there will be less supply, so the price will increase as well. This is why in my spreadsheet, the price will increase in proportion to the amount of coins being burned. So if the monthly volume change increases by 5% per month and a monthly price increase of 2%, if you start out with $5,140 within 4 years, within 4-ish years, you could have $30,400. And the market cap for Saitama would only be around $5,600,000,000. And the price would be 0.000002. So 6 zeros and a 2. So nowhere close to 1 penny, nowhere close to 4 zeros and a penny, but you still make a lot of money. And look at this, okay? From 1 month to the next month, you go from $30,400 to $32,000. So that is almost $1,700 per month. And it just increases from there. If you wait for 6 years all the way to 2028, that $5,000 will turn into $159,000. And every month you would end up with $12,000 to $13,000 a month of reflections and residual income. That is obviously based on the 5% monthly volume change and the 2% price increase. But if you look at the monthly volume at the end of 6 years, you will see that the monthly volume will be around $15 billion per month of transactions, of trading volume. That means that it has an average trade volume of $500 million per day. Which, if you go to CoinMarketCap, you can see that the trading volumes for the top 10 coins over the last 24 hours is over $1 billion per day. And considering that this is 6 years afterwards, it is not a far-fetched idea to believe that Saitama can have a $500 million trading volume per day. So I think that my estimate is it's possible. It's very, very possible and very reasonable. It is not too far-fetched. The biggest concern that I have is if it will still be around within the next 6 years. That is the only thing. If it keeps burning and keeps working at it, then there should not be a reason why these numbers cannot be met. The only other problem is if you guys will actually hold it for 6 years. I don't know if you guys will, but if you guys do, I think that these numbers are very, very reasonable. Alright guys, well that's all I have for you guys today, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Until next time, bye.